Hello, and welcome to our first ever album review on Double B Side. I'm Sam underscore,
And I am Alex Ivy, aka Clark Ivy in real life.
and we are reviewing the new, well, 2 month old Swans album, Birthing.
Frick
We've been
yeah.
definitely meaning to do this one for a long while, but, life happens.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've been quite busy. Lots of school related stuff. But either way, happy to be here. We've both given this album our definitely our due diligence of listening. So we feel more qualified than ever to go over the album, and definitely will give a better review than Fantano's 7 out of 10 one. So
Oh, freaking yeah, dude. That ticked me off, man. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, like least interesting Swans project since leaving Meaning. Are we serious? But
That's
um,
that's crazy.
but yeah, um, as you can see, both of us pretty big Swans fans. We pre-ordered the vinyls, and definitely a worthwhile investment. We'll go deeper into the artwork and all the packaging in a second, but uh, both of us. I mean, I listened to To Be Kind back in like October, right? Something around there. It was spooky season, I feel like, um,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, I listened to that and I was at first like, this is pretty crazy. Not sure what to think about this, and now it's one of my favorite albums of all time. 10 out of 10 album for me. Um,
Same.
but yeah, and I said on that review, like, wouldn't it be kind of funny if I did the entire Swans discography? Haha, funny. And then I did. Both of us did. But
Of
uh,
course.
that was before this album was announced. So it was very,
Yeah.
very cool to go through all of their stuff and then have the new one announced. Especially because, I mean, they've been around so long. Who knows when their last album will be. Because it certainly wasn't Soundtracks for the Blind. But Uh, anyway, where do we start? Let's do a little contextualization, shall we? Just a little bit of a look on not so much their trilogy work, but since post the Glowing Man, what's been going on with them? I've been doing enough of the talking. You give us some insight onto this.
Okay, fine. Obviously you said the trilogy, which we are referring to the Seer, To Be Kind, and the Glowing Man, which is I think the reason Michael Gira came back. I don't think he came back to do My Father Will Lift My Hand.
My father will guide me a rope to the sky.
Yeah, he was like, oh shit, we gotta put this one out there. No, I think the trilogy was what brought him back. So after the trilogy and how successful that was, he continued with Leaving Meaning, which I personally like.
I think.
However, I know. However, I did listen to it like this is not super focused.
Mm, yeah.
Especially, obviously, the trilogy was a much larger scale project, but still, I was just kind of like, you forgot to leave meaning in the Leaving Meaning album, which may be mad poetic, but whatever. I did think that the following release, The Beggar, was very much an improvement over it.
Definitely, yeah.
It still had its major flaws in my eyes. Like, I think the one that we can both agree on is the fact that the 45-minute song just kind of ends at some point,
Yeah.
which is no way to end a 45-minute. That's an album for most artists, dude. You
Yeah.
can't just
Like
like
if
the
I
re-
if I want to listen to a like random 45-minute collection of just like noise to have on in the background that's like kind of mysterious or something, I'll throw on like, I don't know, Bowl of Heaven or something stupid like that.
for sure.
But yeah, that one felt a little bit unfocused, and some fans really like it, and I guess I can see why. But yeah, just kind of unceremoniously ending that was
I
A little
know.
bit of a drag, and they left it out completely of the LP, which just feels like a scam.
I'm like out of anger. Dude, whenever I discovered, I looked at it online. It was like double LP. I was like, how did they do that? And I looked and it said, you can have the code to listen to the big song online. I'm like,
A digital
crap.
download code for
No
my
one is
MP3
buying.
collection.
Now you wonder why the Beggar is the only vinyl that's always available. It's because no one is buying TS.
But finally, we got their what I think is their most meaningful work since the end of the trilogy, and even I think this outdoes The Glowing Man personally, even
Me
as
too.
great of a record as that is.
I didn't connect to the Glowing Man as much as I hoped to.
Yeah, like I loved the second disc. I loved the second CD, but the first CD felt a bit aimless, in my opinion.
That is true. The first one was kind of like, okay.
Felt very like Godspeed You Black Emperor if they only played the first like 5 minutes of their song where they're just slowly building, but they just do that the entire time for like an hour. But
One of my friends who's also on the music board, he says he's tried to get to Swans through Soundtracks to the Blind. Bad mistake.
big mistake.
That's what he always says. If Godspeed didn't go anywhere, I was like, well. I think that's untrue, but I think that's very much true in certain situations.
Yeah.
However, I do think Godspeed can be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Every once in a while, they don't make it bigger.
But yeah, definitely this one felt, despite its long post-rock droning kind of songs, did feel a lot more focused, and felt like it achieved those, like it doesn't, for the most part. There are some songs that are intense on here for sure, but it doesn't like To Be Kind, it doesn't build into these like super angry it kind of builds. Rather, it does actually build its way into these really like what's the word, ethereal kind of moments, I think. Definitely not heavy in that sense, and I feel like that may have been what The Glowing Man was kind of going for, but didn't really do for me in that first CD.
Maybe.
Anyway. Anyway, before we go too far into it, let's talk about, first off, the lead single, and where we kind of, how that panned out. I will say, already hearing a new Swans album being released right after I listened to all their stuff, I was like intensely excited for it. But that lead single definitely was like, I'm anticipating this album more than I've anticipated an album releasing before. I'm a Tower, amazing opening 20-minute single.
Dude, only Swans has the balls for their lead single to be a 19-minute track.
and that one's just really shows the I think it demonstrates just how much of a post-rock album this is. Like, Swans has always been classified in post-rock to an extent, but this really just feels like a, comparable to, like we said, Godspeed You Black Emperor album or something like that. And I also, a lot of people were comparing the opening, the I Am a Tower, the like second part of it, to David Bowie, which was not something anybody had on their bingo card.
Okay, dude. When I first listened to it, I wasn't thinking of Jarbo, which I knew you were. I knew we were let down because she was indeed not on the birthing. But whenever I listened to that second portion, I was like, Bowie? legit, because I'm a big Bowie fan. I have Heroes in my vinyl collection right now, and I was listening to that like, this is Heroes. And maybe it wasn't so much the fact that it sounded exactly like Heroes that really put me off for Swans, but was the fact part of what makes Heroes work is it's such a hopeful sounding song. Just the way that guitar goes and the chords. And hearing that coming from anyone and then Swans, it's like, whoa. Because, again, back to the Godspeed comparison, I think with Godspeed, there is a sense of hopefulness.
Definitely also a sense of despair and,
Yeah.
the world falling apart, but...
Yeah, but I think in any Godspeed song, you can feel uplifted or emotionally like you've just seen, like, I don't know, the light at the end of the dark tunnel and you're just like running towards that's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Swans feels like the light's getting further and further away the further you run, which is certainly a more dooming vibe,
Yes.
and it's exactly what my boy Jira's going for. But then I Am a Tower pulls up and it's like it feels hopeful, and it's just like, wow, it's really going to be like this, huh?
Yeah, that definitely sets the tone for the album in that sense, because, like, going back as far as you can to, like, obviously an album like Filth, just brutal and, like, dark and just feels like you're trudging through 2-foot deep, like, swamps of mud, but, and then albums like The Seer just trying to be as unnerving and terrifying as possible. And then you got Birthing, which is just so not cheery. Cheery definitely isn't the right word, but
That's never the right word for my
but definitely a powerful, kind of moving and uplifting thing, which is so out there for Swans, but I think it also, seeing as this is what he has said is the last of their big sound albums, it's a fitting choice to kind of have it as like a, first of all, do something a bit different in terms of the tone, but also just kind of have this like graceful farewell to the era. So,
I mean, it does stand out in that view. Most of his albums are about death and how he's gonna like rot in hell or something. And this one, the opening track is literally talking about how he's giving birth or something, which is, I always love to talk about how much I like Swans until I have to
talk about their lyrics.
Talk about their lyrics.
To people who don't.
He was really spitting when I said, "I'm the mother of our daughter. My wings spread across the sky."
Not to mention whatever he's spinning on I Am a Tower about, like, pink, with pink polished fingers and, wait, no, with thin boneless fingers and pink polished nails.
Dude, I had to look back at the lyrics when I listened to it a third time. He literally says, "Just show me an ocean and I'll fart as it boils."
Like, what is that?
Which, like, I don't think Swans is any stranger to just, like, saying something that's supposed to mean something. Like, I think you're not listening to screenshots. I'm listening to the words he's chanting and being like, yeah, I get it.
It is always so funny to, like, go on Genius Lyrics or something like that and just see people, like, annotating it and saying, screenshot is a representation of how at any given point in your life, you, like, with the screenshot, it's like, talking about how you can't actually have these emotions, and no, it's like, he's just going cuckoo. That's what the song is. Alright?
Yeah, dude. I'm alone. We'll fix it.
I've been that has become my little chant, since I've heard this album. calm myself down, just start chanting "I alone will fix it." Who knows what that's supposed to mean in the context of the song?
I am a tower.
Or that. Or what does it say at the end? I'm a little pink bubble drifting in the wind.
I'm a tiny pink bubble.
But
drifting on the wind.
I guess let's go ahead. Let's talk about the album artwork. Very very interesting album artwork we got here. We've got on the front, it seems to be a sample of soil, and then on the back, you've got a sample of soil.
Shoot, I'm seeing a pattern.
And then right here, you got a sample of soil, and on the inside, 3 samples of soil. Now it's not the same. It may be hard to tell on my little tiny camera, but it's not the same photo either. It's different soils, different colors, different dirts.
And back to the thing about the trilogy, is this kind of goes with the tempo.
Definitely, yeah.
Where it feels like cardboard, and on like say To Be Kind, there's
the baby face, the different baby faces. I love using those as my honest reaction photos.
Those are awesome reaction photos. When you send those to me, I'm like, oh.
I send those to my friends, and they're like, "Why do you have these? Why do you have these old-timey crying baby photos?"
And you're over here like, To be kind. And instead of the 6 baby faces here, we get 3. Why did I say 3? 6 different dirts.
Yes, and a big dirt. You got the big dirt as well.
Ooh, big dirt.
Which is
on the other side.
On the other side, we got all the notes, because of course they're able to fit a entire 2-hour album into this paragraph right here, because they're Swans. They like to go long distances between lyrics and like to do their lyrics very slowly.
Down in the belly of earth, I hereby nullify your bed.
You know he's 70 now? He made this at 70. You'd think he'd just want to settle down and, like, I don't know, move to a little lakeside house at this age.
Oh, dude, I've seen the documentary. He looks mad chill. He's like walking around with a cowboy hat, which he's rocking, by the way.
I learned recently that he was even in a Nardwuar interview once.
What?
Yes. Which is just like just the most clashing like personalities possible. Like he's just trying to get him to say like some kind of catchphrase is the goodbye or something. And he's like, and then Michael Jarrett's just like, "Goodbye, thanks for talking to me." And he's like, goodbye. "No, you're supposed to say this," and he's like, "Goodbye, thanks for talking to me."
What's Nardwar's fun fact for him? Circus. Mort.
Michael's like, "Whoa, you really know about me, don't you?"
It was over like a call as well. He was like, I'm not having you in my face. I don't even know.
But dude, even when I was looking at like the archival footage of him performing in like '83, he still looked old there. So like,
yeah.
Michael Jarrett was born in '30, I think.
Speaking of in concert, one of the best things about getting this vinyl, got the DVD as well. It's got 2 concert films. One of them is from the Michael Gira solo tour, and then one of them, the one that I watched, is the Live Rope 2024. Just a like 90-minute song that was the entire concert, and it was really, and I swear this is like relevant to the album and not just it came in the packaging. Just seeing how they make the music up there. It feels like it's probably how they do it in the studio as well. Like, Michael Gira is almost like a less of a frontman and more of a composer. Like
a conductor or some crap.
Yeah, like my favorite band, Tool. Obviously, you've got a frontman. Every band has a frontman. Almost every band. Boris doesn't really have a frontman, but if Danny Carey or Adam Jones left the band, it'd be a huge deal. For Swans, he's like, all right, y'all have done your service. Thank you. Bye. I need more people. Like, he really just brings in the people. He is the band is Michael Gira, and he just brings in his session musicians basically.
Swans is just it's Michael Gira and friends. Whoever he feels like should be in the studio. Because if you want to look at the Rate Your Music, all the people who've ever been in Swans, it's like homeboy over here played cello for the Seer, and then he left or something.
Yeah, and so, like, seeing him up there just like doing his guitar thing, kind of like moaning into the mic and doing his verse, and just kind of gestures to them and is like, and then you'll just see him stand up and be like, like towards everybody. And it's such a cool sight to see. It's also like, I want to go to one of those shows so badly, because those people at the shows are like leaning up on the stage like 6 feet from Michael Gira's face. Yeah. It's crazy stuff. Anyway, that's enough random banter. How about we go into the actual track listing of this thing?
Ooh, I'm excited because
really
I just listened to it, so I know everything about it.
Yes. You've listened to it 3 times. So.
Yes, I wish the third time could have been on the vinyl again, but I was just working one day. I'm like, let's just throw on Birthing, which is a crazy thing to say to a nearly 2-hour album. But like, what you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll just throw it on, not even think about it.
But yeah, I'm glad I did, because it is most certainly something that deserves more than 3, actually, because again, this is the most dense and well thought out Swans album since the trilogy.
Yeah. So yeah, what are your? I'll let you have first take on The Healers. What do you think about The Healers as the opening track?
In my original review, I said Rope Away was my favorite, but listening to it on this re-listen, I was like, holy crap, The Healers might be one of their best songs.
Really?
Honestly, dude, I love The Healers.
See,
I think it just starts with just kind of like, first great thing about Birthing, their atmospheric work is great.
Definitely, yeah.
Like when Jira's just talking and ranting on, it's just got the most, like, not mellow. Mellow's never the word, because you're always on your seat with these albums. But it's got that overlying chorus that's going to the whole time. And it just feels grand in a way not many bands can pull off. And of course, Jira spitting out about "He is your mother, listen to him." Something like that. And yes, another interesting thing about Birthing is the fact that most Swans albums are about, again, death and crap, and this one is about being alive and the opposite of death, coming to life.
Yeah.
To which he compares himself to a mom on this track, giving birth, which is an image you didn't need in your head, but whatever.
Yeah, he's I mean, he's also seems to be a long, just another entry in a series of Michael Gira singing as if he is a thing that he's not, like I am a tower, even. Him claiming to be a tower, but also stuff like Helpless Child, just the weird creepy vocals about him being like a little kid that like needs his mommy, but like in a really nasty way almost.
Yeah, but it's so pretty though.
It is.
Gosh, it's a bad idea to start saying the lyrics of these songs. The way it sounds though is what we're worried about here. Now, it just keeps kind of like that unsettling chord for like dang near I think like 8 or 9 minutes, and then from nowhere you just start hearing the doom 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 doom. You hear the bass.
Oh yeah.
And then that drum kicks in and it just starts to build up. Little things start to freak out. It's just, Swans like to take their time on dang songs, but on this album, they really, really take their time.
Definitely. I mean, this is a 7-song album, so that's like
The
17
shortest song
minutes on average.
is about 6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
The reason Will Andrews wouldn't like it.
But my thoughts on the Healers, I think the Healers is a great opening track, but I definitely think the album gets more interesting from that point on. Like,
oh, I think it remains interesting. It's just the things this track does to me, especially the ending. We'll hold the ending. Like, again, it builds up, and then it kind of goes back down. Jiro spits some crap. And then you get, like, those... The drummer's, like... I don't know, throwing sticks at the drums or way. And then it's different chords that boom every time.
Yeah.
Which, like, chords of the Swan song. What the frick is that? But it's just, like... It's the Swans effect. It just overtakes you. And you're just like...
I remember because I wanted to listen to this album like earlier on in the day, you know, I was really excited to listen to it. So I listened to it in the morning and went and worked out during part of that because I had like nothing else to do. Definitely a weird workout album, that's for sure.
Oh,
But
for sure, dude.
there were definitely a lot of times that I felt taken out of the Planet Fitness I was in and into almost like a plane in the sky, you know, like
It's like a pocket universe.
yeah. See that's one thing that I've always loved about music is just the kind of like worlds that it can build. It's definitely a world building kind of album. But yeah, I think it's a great opener. I prefer I Am a Tower, which we've already gone over. Maybe my favorite on the album. And then
Really?
Birthing is the title track, the third track, which to me felt kind of like a rehash of The Healers, which was fine. But
I feel you on that one.
like same kind of ideas of, you know, post-rock building and all that.
Yeah, I think at that point, Birthing is the weakest track.
Probably. At
that point.
at that point, yeah.
Oh no! Oh, we haven't got to Red Yellow.
We
yet.
haven't got to Red Yellow.
Which, well, again, Red Yellow isn't bad.
It's not
just
bad.
Not. It's just. It's not the Healers, and it's not I Am a Tower.
Yeah.
Still, even with great projects, I rate Red Yellow an 8 out of 10, and that's the worst song on the album. So what does that tell you?
I'd say it's a 7, but you.
Red Yellow.
But anyway, we're talking about track 3. We're talking about Birthing. We're talking about the title track. Oh, it's backwards on the camera.
I can see it. Frick. Man. But yeah, Birthing. Birthing is awful nice.
Mm-hmm.
It starts, again, another one of these just kind of like consistent tone type songs. And then it kind of like builds up with almost some like bagpipe chords and that.
I do love it when Swans use bagpipes, bro. Like at the start of the Seer, like the title track this year,
Yeah.
when like it has that eerie intro, like kind of introduction track into it. The Wolf Returns, is that what it's called?
The Seer Returns?
No, the Wolf
Oh,
Returns. Yeah, I'm looking up the track listing for that real quick. I know the vinyl one is like way different.
The vinyl one is so screwed up, dude. You have no idea.
But yeah, tiny little side tangent here.
The Wolf is
Yeah,
just
it's the Wolf before. I was mixing the Wolf and the Seer Returns actually.
Dude, can you believe Karen O was on that album?
Who? Karen O? Who is that?
Lead singer for Yeah Yeah Yeah.
What?
Exact, dude.
Bro,
She
I
was
never
in,
knew that.
She was in the Swans in the documentary. I'm like, what are you doing here? You're talking about how overtaken you are by this music, and then you go and make your own stuff. And you're like, wait, that's
That's the yeah yes.
yeah,
That's
and
so funny.
off with your head. Dance till you're dead.
and then she gets featured.
On the freaking scene.
That's a fun tidbit of information. But
Dude, if Swans ever featured anyone, I wouldn't have said lead singer of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
But yeah, bagpipes and
Bagpipes are
Swans
awesome.
definitely used well at the start of this year. Like after the Wolf and it just goes into there, you see the massive 32-minute runtime and you feel see the bagpipes come in. And I feel like not knowing how long that song is and then seeing the runtime is part of the terror that sets in. Not because you're like, oh no, I have to sit through this, but like, oh my gosh.
Of like what's in store for this.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like looking down a deep, dark tunnel and dropping the rock down and having like 10 seconds to hear the sound, you know? Anyway.
did you ever hear?
Or we're talking about the song Birthing.
Speaking of weird instruments, did you hear? Not even an instrument. Did you hear like the freaking gym whistle on "I Am a Tower"?
Yeah! What
It's like
was
whenever
that?
it's like whenever it freaks out, you just hear like.
I feel like I remember hearing something like that on Bring the Sun / Toussaint Louverture as well. Like that
It was
weird
probably
noise
maybe.
rock section with the whistle blowing and the like hoof clomping and all those weird noises in the middle.
They had a horse freaking out in the studio.
Dude, okay, I don't know why this just popped into my head, but just thinking about like random sounds being picked up in the studio. And I learned this recently in Black Midi's John L. You know,
Yeah.
those parts where they'll do like the da 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 da, and then it's like silent for 2 measures, and then they do it again.
Yeah.
Remember that one time where there's like that low like boom kind of sound when they do it?
Think.
It's like a low pulsing kind of sound between them, and it sounds super cool. And I learned recently that was from a helicopter taking off outside the studio, and wasn't meant to be in the album, but they kept it in because they thought it was funny, and even credited the pilot in the liner notes. But I was like, that's one of the coolest parts of the song, completely in there by accident.
Dude, a helicopter. I don't believe that. I think Jordy had the helicopter guy out there. He's like, okay, we'll get to this point of the song. We're gonna go up and you're gonna fly.
I love just the weird instrumentation in music. I mean, Swans is definitely no stranger to that. What like in Filth, I was reading up on Wikipedia about Filth, and they had like used metal like belts to like slam against tables for the percussion.
That's that one genre called pig blank that we can't say. Where I've learned it's just what's the ugliest sound we can put in the song. That's all.
And the ugliest
honestly.
lyrics we can pair with it.
Yeah. Look at Big Black's second studio album. You'll know why we can't say it. And that whole album is just what's the worst sound we can make on a guitar, and that's just going to be what the rest of the song sounds like.
But you gave that album an 8 out of 10.
But it's so good. It's so the best kind of ugly. God does like ugly.
Anyway, let's move past birthing. I feel like we don't have anything to say. Not the album, of course, the track. I feel like we don't have anything else to say about it. But in Red Yellow is next, which is definitely its most structured album or structured song. Not accessible. None of the songs here are accessible, but definitely the most
No.
I could walk to the tempo of it, or kind of nod my head.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make it weaker by any means, but I think with the songs with their length, even the 6-minute song here ends up feeling like an interlude. The same way that Some Things We Do off To Be Kind feels like an interlude.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, dude.
Like, once you've listened to the 34-minute Bring the Sun / to Saint Louverture, it just feels very much like a, I don't know, checkpoint area.
That's like listening to Animals, and like the opening and closing track off of that is like a minute and a half.
Mm.
And the ones in between are each like 14 minutes. Let me look at that. Animals by Pink Floyd. Great album, by the way.
I'm sure it is. I'll listen to it eventually. Obviously, I've got to listen to Pink Floyd, but I'm not listening to all the most important bands at once. And that's the thing. Like, I'll say to people like, "Oh, you listen to these obscure bands, but you've never listened to Led Zeppelin yet." And I know you're going through Led Zeppelin and you really have liked it, and I'm sure I'll really like it. But like, I don't want it to be like, all right, here are all the most important bands, and I'm gonna listen to them all as soon as I get into music.
Oh, I gotta mix it up. I gotta be a few people that everyone knows, a few people that like, if you know, you know, and then like, bottom of Spotify.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's kind of listening to. I usually have some reason to listen to all this stuff, not just Spotify recommended me this and it seems interesting. Like, with my new, listening to every album project, or listening to, not every album, listening to every genre project.
Never say that.
I'm, listening to some things that may be more obscure, but more significant in its obscure genre. Then I'm also listening to, like, all the chart-topping, like, top 500 and monthly listeners on Spotify sort of artists. And then I'm listening to, like, the Swans and the Boris and the...
Yeah.
And even some in between, like, Nine Inch Nails and stuff like that.
No, Nine Inch Nails, dude. That's... I ain't gonna lie, it gets a bit old. When every album is just that... I'm gonna stub my toe. Oh, can't wait for that Tron soundtrack, though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be huge.
Jared Leto is the main character. It'll be fun.
Who let that happen? Who's the frick?
I don't know. Maybe it'll turn out he just hasn't been given any good roles to work with, and he can do good with a better role. Probably not, but
it's like, guys, I know he sent like dead animals during Suicide Squad, and he has like his own cult and all, but like he hasn't done Tron yet. Let's think about this for a second. Maybe this will be his break.
Maybe.
Or we're talking about Red Yellow. Anyway.
Red, Weekend Yellow.
Anyways, good song.
While gathering glitter, your arms reach to heaven. They're bending, then breaking, and cracked. Your mind is alive, and a lie is a line spinning, a spiral glowing in air that is thick and opaque and is black, flat, dead black. Really uplifting music, like we were saying. Very uplifting.
Dude.
Man, is this really just another, like, depressive record and we're so used to hearing, like, just the darkest stuff from this band that we're like, guys, I think this is happy.
Dude, we're over here saying in our bench drum voice, the mouth is screaming into the mouth is red dust. Your fingers better at your shadow.
Dude. This is the life.
Oh, and oh wait, no, the next track after that isn't. It's The Merge. No, Guardian Spirit is the next track after that. Which
Guardian Spirit, I really like Guardian Spirit.
I like Guardian Spirit as well. It feels, again, a bit similar to the Healers and Birthing, but a bit more refreshing at that point in the album, I think. Hang on, I gotta stretch, bro. Ugh. Ugh.
We're keeping this part in the episode.
Editors, cut that out. I'm the editor. Getting to use Premiere Pro finally instead of stupid Corel Visual Studio Pro that hasn't been updated in like 10 years. Anyway, yeah, Guardian Spirit, good track.
Can we talk about the merge now? I really want to talk
Yeah,
about
let's
it.
talk about the merge. Real quick, Guardian Spirit, good track, good post-rock stuff, similar builds to the Healers or Birthing. You'll like it in the album when you listen to it. Anyway, the merge is one of my favorite tracks on the album, and not in the like, oh, I'm bopping this on my playlist kind of sense. More in the sense that the first time I heard it, coming off the, relatively like ethereal and almost not soft, but you get what I'm saying, sound of. Hey, let me play it because I've got like whoops, that's my playlist in the way of OBS. I've got the desktop audio hooked up. Especially a name like The Merge, I expect it to sound the same as some of the other ones. I don't think that's a stretch to say. And then you hear this.
I love you, Mommy.
What demon, like, there's definitely already a demon inside of Michael Gira, but like, what demon just got in there and pushed away all the kind of sedated ones and just like started mashing the keyboard that was controlling Michael Gira's brain? Like,
most Swan songs, we make very clear, have a build to the most craziest moment. But in this song, it is literally a second and a half after that "I love you" part.
I love you, Mom.
I've listened to that part so many times, and I still can't tell you what's making that sound.
It's like,
it's really weird.
Did they get like Aphex Twin to produce a grindcore song? That's what that sounds like.
Richard James in the studio is like.
It really does remind me of grindcore. Just the way that it just like starts going and just is so loud and crazy, which is not something not on my bingo card for this album.
This is not a bingo card album.
Definitely not a bingo card album. Well, I don't know. There are the like averaging 20 minutes on the song and cryptic lyrics and Michael Gira groans, but definitely other like random things in there. Dude, we actually should make a bingo card next time they release an album. It'd be fun.
Ooh.
We should just start doing wouldn't that be so fun to like make bingo cards for new albums and then like live stream listening to them?
Could that be the double B-sides gimmick?
It's actually kind of a heat idea, I ain't gonna lie.
Just
That's
like
kind of heat.
Listening to the full discography, picking up on all the stereotypes, and just like crafting our bingo cards.
Over here is like,
Oh, Michael Gira sucking on tits. I put that one.
But yeah, the merge, crazy song, and you expect to, once you hear that for it to like go away somewhat soon. It doesn't. I don't remember how loud or how long it goes on, but it's okay. I guess not that long, but
It feels like it did.
it picks up back on it later.
Oh, dude, I love. Okay.
Either way, like, kicks off with just a crazy intro and then kind of keeps it tense throughout.
Dude, if ever Swans had a meme song that people would use, like as a
Like non-Swans
template,
fans would use.
like a soundbite.
Yeah.
It would definitely be the part in the merge where it's like still making the noise and it cuts to the wah, that just consistent, almost brass sounding note. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
Like, go back and listen to it.
Tell me where to find it.
Like, listen from the, like, 6:15, listen from that point, and it's just the baby thing talking, and then it just hits the most dooming note you've ever heard in your life.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Like, I feel
What
like
a
you could use
great moment. Like, anytime that child is talking, after hearing that intro, I'm like, oh no, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? It's like being tied up and just having a toddler, like, holding a button that releases the anvil over your head, and you're like, don't press that button, okay? Please don't press that button.
That's a W analogy. Good job, Sim.
Yeah, just like, also the baby, not a baby, but like the little kid just counting and switching languages as he's counting.
I think the baby from To Be Kind grew up, and he's this little homeboy on birthing. That's my headcanon.
Maybe. He sounds young for an 11-year-old, though.
Yeah, but what you gonna do?
Anyway, then the final track, pretty forgettable one, you know, Rope Away. What are you gonna say about it?
Shut up.
Okay.
That one feels
Definitely,
like descending.
definitely the most ethereal, and I'm not gonna say transcendental. It's an overused, stupid music nerd word, but definitely, like I said, like, feels like I'm being transported somewhere else, somewhere where I can feel wind blowing on my face, like I'm ascending, something like that.
Yeah, again, most Swan songs are about like descending, and this one feels like you're floating and going through clouds.
Yeah, like look at the last, the last lyric. We'll drift away in dreams tonight, away, 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 and gone. Like,
Wow.
actually fitting lyrics for a Swan song.
Wait a second. Do you see on Genius.com they have Rope in a Way posted as 2 different songs?
Are we dead butt?
Wait, dude, this might be Dead Butt. Legit. They're considering the Rope the instrumental like opening, and Away is like whenever Jiro starts yapping.
I mean, I guess that's how it's shown on the, because they adapt most of that stuff from the liner notes. Like, it says, again, it's backwards, but it says side 6 Rope instrumental and then Away.
Yeah, but the page for Rope on Genius is like the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like,
Yeah.
This song is an instrumental.
I've seen those before, yeah. I I mean, by that same logic, though, is Bring the Sun / Toussaint Louverture one song? Or two. I don't know.
They split it up on the vinyl. Whatever.
They split it up on the vinyl, but they don't split it up as this side is Bring the Sun and this side is Toussaint Louverture. They say Bring the Sun / Toussaint Louverture Part 1 and Bring the Sun / Toussaint Louverture Part 2.
No, I don't think Jared was thinking on how that was going to fit on the vinyl. Cut it in half and had it fade in and fade out.
He probably was like, let's keep this, we're going to put this whole biggest song on the album, let's do like 23 minutes. And he just kept going. Just like, let's keep building this. Just a little bit more. Y'all can do that, right?
The bandmates are looking around like, we're supposed to end like 5 minutes ago. And you're still over here like,
I've got a dentist appointment to get to.
imagine going to a dentist appointment being like, sorry, we ran out of session. Really? Yeah, you're in a band? Yeah. It's called Swans. What do they do? That sounds pretty. Swans, like a bird. It's like, well, you ever want to die? Well. Anyways, rope away.
Rope away.
I be floating.
I do like, even if you could maybe call them two different tracks. If they are, they're definitely connected.
Yeah.
And feel the same. Definitely didn't expect to be leaving any Swans album feeling like, wow, like at peace. Like think about To Be Kind's title track and the way that ends. The way that album ends. Which may be my favorite Swans song of all time. Like, just define crushing in music. And that is that.
No, that's not the worst crushing song. I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
I think
crushing
you know-
in terms of intensity and volume. That or Evil Waveform by Boris. You should listen to Evil Waveform by Boris if you haven't. Talking
No,
about
nothing's ever gonna be the way the Daughters album made me feel, dude.
Oh,
Nothing's
true.
getting close, and you know it. You get scared by that album, which is why it's never leaving an 8 out of 10.
I'll probably listen to it again once spooky season comes back around.
For sure. I am curious as to who this list of people is. Like, who's Alice, William, Catherine, and Simon? Are they former band members?
Are you looking at the
I'm looking
Like
at
special
the Away
thanks?
lyrics.
huh?
The Away lyrics. It starts with them.
Oh
Asking
yeah.
what's
Where
going on.
and where is Alice gone and where is William gone and where is poor Catherine gone and where is Simon gone? I wonder if Genius has the answer.
It does. Alice is his mom. William was an American multi-instrumentalist known primarily for his extensive catalog and collaborations with many actors. Catherine was Swiss photographer, mostly known for B&W shots. And Simon is some dude. And people suggest that after death, one of two things occur. One, we die, we're buried, that's all. Or two, our inner souls are transported to an afterlife of some place beyond the world. This annotation is unreviewed. Yeah, no freaking duh. One contributor.
So that's definitely a fitting way to end it. That's a really nice tidbit of it. Thank you, Genius Lyrics, for showing that, because thinking about how that is saying like all these people in his life, especially as he's gotten so old, have passed, and he's thinking, where have they gone? Have they been birthed again, or are they just gone? And as a Christian, I have pretty, firm beliefs in what happens when you die, but nevertheless, it's a fitting end to an album that seems to be kind of about not just birth, but rebirth. And also Michael Gira with his classic, what's the word?
Michael Giranus.
Michael Gironist. That's definitely not the word I'm thinking of. It's a specific. What's the word? Just like you believe that not just atheism, but like you believe that life has no meaning, basically.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're
Nihilist.
talking about. Nihilist.
That's the word. Yeah, like you can tell very easily in a lot of his music that he's a nihilist, and it's just kind of almost putting that belief that there is nothing after death aside and asking and maybe hoping that there is. I don't know. Maybe he'll find God someday.
At 70.
At 70.
Hope so. But yeah, that's birthing.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Would listen to again a fourth time. But hey, this is the last of their big sounds, so where are they going to now?
That I'm very interested to see, because like when I think of not big sound Swans, when he says like we're moving in a quieter, more intimate direction, I think like White Mouth or White Light from the Mouth of Infinity, or that whole like neo folk era of Swans.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which, not to say that that's a very quiet record, but it's certainly not like it's certainly different and certainly more intimate. I mean, like, even though I love the big sound era of Swans, the fact that they're saying they're doing something different doesn't at all scare me, because
we know.
I mean, we know they can make songs like "Blind" and "Song for Dead Time," or just great like ballads. And no, even the occasional good song off of, Burning World.
I will say, Sam, whenever I think of Swans moving away from the big sounds, I know you haven't listened to them, but I think Angels of Light.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. I'll probably listen to them at some point, but definitely a more, from what I've heard, of course, like a more toned down and thoughtful kind of project. Who knows how much longer we're gonna get this. Like, for all I know, I wake up tomorrow and hear Michael Gira has died, which would be tragic, but like,
oh yeah,
he's an old dude. Like, who knows how much longer they can make this. I feel like with the fact that he's still doing this and talking about moving into a whole new era, not just another album, he intends to keep doing this until he can't. He's not like, I gotta make some more money from my music until I retire. But who knows how many more Swans albums we'll get. I sure hope we get several, but after all, I didn't listen to 16 albums, with this being the 17th, for only one new release that I can anticipate.
No, but I'm glad I did.
I'm glad I did too.
We did finish it at like the right time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not like we finished it right when the album was about to come out. No, we finished it and then the album rollout started to happen.
Exactly.
Which is perfect. I wish we could predict crap like that.
It's like, I remember last year, like, rumors, not so much rumors, but just like people saying, yeah, Kendrick is working on a new album. And I was like, okay, so I should probably start listening to his stuff so that when he releases it, I'll be ready. And I listened to Overly Dedicated, and then 2 days later, he surprise drops GNX, and I'm like, that was super satisfying, though, that I listened to Tyler, the Creator, after we released Chromacopia, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get another Tyler album to look forward to in a while. And it just randomly does Don't Tap the Glass.
Which was
I like Don't Tap the Glass Valley a lot.
Yeah, me too. Me too. We should leave No Tap the Glass out of our birthday review, though. Anyway, any closing thoughts or remarks you'd like to add about the Swans 17th album?
Yeah, you said it, 17th album. Well, back to our whole thing where we were mentioning Fantano, and I think one of his main critiques was like, he's tired of Swans using the same big sound for all their albums. To which I would say, there's very few songs on here you could put on any other Swans album.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
With the atmospheric moments, with that uplifting stuff we've talked about, that just would not fit on a To Be Kind or Soundtracks for the Blind, or any of them, honestly.
I mean, imagine putting I Am a Tower in the middle of the Seer. Like, or imagine putting I'm a Tower even in the middle of an album like The Beggar, which is probably the second most fitting album you could put it on, but even that is it'd
be the outlier.
Yeah, it'd be the outlier in a overall, again, pretty nihilistic album. So, yeah, I think this is a very unique album in their discography, while also very much being a Swans album. With a really cool album cover. You see how it's like centered on the middle? It's a cool idea.
That's a good. Just like every single Swans cover in existence, the reason The Great Annihilator is the craziest cover ever is because it's not in the middle.
And it's like slightly off center too. I'm telling you, with one of these, they're gonna have it like half a centimeter off center, just to piss the fans off.
And we're gonna be like, what?
We're gonna be like, it's an artistic masterpiece.
You did something different. Oh yeah. Also, Sam, pull out your lyric sheet.
Lyric sheet. Oh yeah, we gotta flex our epic signature. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, we do. Heck freaking yeah. Am I showing the right part this time?
Can barely see it on your screen, bro. Either way, it's there. It already is like, couldn't have chosen any better marker color.
Bro chose the darkest pen for the darkest surface, bro.
I feel like in getting a signed Michael Gira insert, I've probably invited a demon into our house or something like that, but it's worth it.
That's how I felt whenever I saw that on the back of my To Be Kind copy. Where I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Still mad that doesn't have a poster with it.
I do have a poster with mine. And I have a poster with this album, and I have a poster with The Great Annihilator.
Well, I have a poster for The Seer, Soundtracks to the Blind, and White Light to the Mouth of Infinity.
White Light to the Mouth of Infinity?
Whatever, yeah.
Do you also have one for this, don't you?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
With all my dirts.
Man, I wish more vinyls came with posters. But then again, I bought one of my favorite albums on vinyl, and it did come with a poster, and I was like, this is one of the only albums that I won't put a poster up on my wall.
Which one was it?
It's Boris at Last Feedbacker.
Oh, it's like a dead girl.
It's like the dead girl, and it's like not horrible, but enough that I probably shouldn't have on my wall as a, young man in Christ, but I don't know.
Yeah. No dead girls on my wall.
No dead girls on your wall.
That I know of.
If you, or should I say, once you listen to that album, You'll understand that album cover once it gets to like track 4.
Well, knowing what I've heard about Boris, that kind of just looks like a Boris victim after they hear one of their noise rocks.
Well, I think the idea there is that Wada is the victim of her own playing. Like, oh my gosh, I turned the amplifier feedback up too high. I'm just gonna collapse now.
Yep. It's that scene from, what is it? Back to the Future, where he gets blown back by like.
That's oh my gosh. This is so unrelated to Swans, but the thing that's so crazy that album does. I'd love to like do a deep dive into, or like a video deep dive into Boris's discography at some point, but one thing that album does that's so cool is it's, one 45-minute song basically, and so it's all got seamless flow between the 5, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're wondering, how does that work on a vinyl? And so what it does is, right as the guitars swell moving from part 2 into 3, it loops. Like it hits a loop in the middle, doesn't go to the very center. And so you have to hear, wait a minute, it's looping, and pick up the vinyl, flip it over to the other side, and then as soon as the needle touches it, it just like explodes. Like, will destroy your eardrums.
That's a double use of that.
Yes.
That's good for them. Good for them. I think the closest thing I've ever seen to that was Black Midi Hellfire, where on there, whenever it hits the end, it's just that repeating. They put like, almost like some intermission on music, and it took me like a minute or two to be like, oh, it's done.
Yeah, Black Midi actually does do good stuff with their vinyls, like making them stand out. Because I got Cavalcade, $10, mint condition, may I add. And
That's sick.
I know. And it has like a full 1.5-minute long intro track, untitled intro track, before John L.
And the helicopter.
Yeah, bringing it back to frickin' John L. This is the scene on Main Street when John 50 comes to town, after all. But yeah, I feel like we've yapped long enough. Wait, we gotta say where it is in our discography ranking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it lies relative to their other albums. Thankfully, I have a massive link tree for this.
I have a massive list of lists.
It's my list of lists. And Swans. Okay. So I put this as their 4th best album. That includes live. It is better than The Great Annihilator, and not quite as good as White Light from the Mouth of Infinity, is where I have it.
That's fair. My list, as Sam knows, is screwed up after doing the Young God Records stream.
Yeah, just look at it. Jump over the ones that. I mean, you haven't listened to that many that are beating the top Swans records, though. Except maybe She Loves Us.
How I Love.
Oh, How I Loved You. My bad.
That
She Loves
is
Us.
actually-
She Loves
that
Us
is
is a crazy Swan song, but
How I Loved You is actually number 6 on the list.
And where's
What?
Birthing?
Birthing is number 5.
Okay, so it's
I think it's a little better than How I Loved You by Angels of Light, and a little better than The Great Annihilator.
I see.
However, The Seer, White Light from the Mouth of Infinity, To Be Kind, and Soundtracks are just in a league of their own.
Yeah.
So,
Still
yeah.
got like bajillion live albums to listen to from them, though. Not that I listen to every live album, but a lot of those are significant. So
You didn't think The Good Idea one was a good album?
I did not like that one. I disagree with the album title. Even I go as far to say, "Hear Me Out," Public Castration. Not a good idea.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't mean that. Come on, come on, come
I
on.
don't. Don't cancel me, guys.
I did not agree with Jira on this one. His other stuff, sure, but this not.
Anyway,
Well, that's that.
I think that's that. Yeah, we've gone on for long enough. Maybe talked about the album for 20 minutes and then talked about random other side tangents for 50.
Oh, there were so many tangents in this one, dude.
Well, hopefully if you're listening to us, you like that kind of thing because
We're kind of good at that.
Yeah, we're good at that, and we just like talking with each other. So if you're not the biggest fan of that, go watch Fantano give his light sevens or whatever.
Boo.
But anyway, I have no outro written in here. I think outros are kind of cringe sometimes, so I'm just gonna say thanks for listening to this rant that is over half the length of the album we talked about, and yeah, just let us know what you think about it, and follow us on Music Board for our 5 daily album reviews. Dude, I'm slacking today. I haven't listened to any today. What am I doing?
I haven't put all mine on there, dude. Just to let you know what I haven't put on there, I re-listened to LCD Sound System American Dream. It's still not their best sound.
I see how it's not their best. I guess I just haven't got them the same way that other people have, but
Well, listen to that. I listened to Heaven and Hell, which is kind of like the side project of a bunch of those
oh
Black
yeah,
Sabbath
yeah,
ones.
I know about that one.
It was all right. I listened to Led Zeppelin.
Hey, hang on. Would that be 3 Black Sabbath albums in one day?
How would that be 3?
Wait, no. Would it be 4 in a day? No, that was yesterday.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, you listened to Paranoid and Forbidden yesterday. I just saw that this morning. That's
Yeah.
funny.
And Paranoid was a workout album. I worked out to Paranoid, which is a good idea. You should do that.
I worked out to Master of Reality, and
Ooh, that's good. That's a good choice.
and also Mob Rules. That one.
Mob Rules is really good.
Yeah.
I re-listened, or not re-listened. I just listened to.
I'm just gonna cut it here. We can't. We'll keep yapping forever if I don't stop it here. Thank you for listening.
The birthing, dude.
Go listen to Birthing. Have a good one.